up on this when I was doing psychoeducational groups to substance abusers, chronic substance abusers. And I said, you know, if you improve yourself, the whole world
یه بار
is
بیشتر
better.
کلاس دوم دبستان
وایسا
It made
وایسا
it better
چرا
because it made
دستیارت
yourself better.
من دماغم
منم بقیه‌شو
We
نمیدونم.
can influence others, but who can we change ourselves?
خیلی دوست دارم.
So it was one of those things that just kind of came through me during one of those sessions. I thought, you know, this really makes sense. So if you want to improve the world, improve yourself. Be a better citizen. Be more considerate. Be more kind. Be more compassionate. Be more loving.
And Virgil, as you've worked through these 29 years of your practice and so many years of your own, if you could tell the audience in what you've learned in how to step by step put themselves into this learning of growing into their own consciousness and the values that you have learned that it works for you and that you're sharing with the other ones, what would that be? If you could talk about you, not only from a professional place, but Virgil himself as he has utilized all that he has learned and integrated it into his own system.
That's a really good question, kind of deep. Nice. Thank you. I would say that what's helped is sometimes just trying to be still, even if I'm active. Be still. Don't be an expert. Don't be an expert. And just kind of be still. Learn how to take the time to be in the moment, not just distracting yourself all the time, but actually take some time every day, even if it's just a few minutes, to actually just put yourself in neutral and allow that river to keep flowing for a while. And of course, a lot of my inspiration for being still in the moment came from most unusual source. That would have been Joseph Campbell, and reading some of his books, particularly The Power of Myth. Very powerful book.
That is a great book. That's a fantastic book, yes. Yes.
Did you read it more than once, by the way?
I did. I read it a couple of times, and every time it was almost like it expands and expands more questions. And I think that's partly what I've also experienced with consciousness, that there's nowhere to reach. It just expands to more questions and more questions, and this vastness of being intrigued in not being limited and constantly connecting and looking at different variety of things that are on earth, minimum on earth, for other people who have different kind of spiritual experiences beyond earth. Perfect. They'll have they don't even limit themselves through earth and human beings. They'll have a vast consciousness of more than that. But even for the ones who are pretty scientific and only want to handle earth and all that is known even by science, consciousness of just that is so vast and intriguing and amazing and mesmerizing, and I'm just so grateful. It's almost like the more that I tend to grow and be conscious, the more that I sense this gratefulness of living in this era and looking and seeing and feeling and experiencing.
And that's the thing about consciousness. It's hard to explain. You almost have to experience it. And because there's just not, I can't find the words. I can give an analogy of a big expanding bubble that's never going to pop. It may get smaller at times, but it'll keep going and growing. But I haven't found the words to actually explain it. It's something you kind of have to experience, and then it's like, then you don't need to explain it.
Yeah, it's more like experiencing it, as you said. I think that I think as human beings, we end up explaining anyway, because we're, explainer machines, and everybody, in order to be able to give it to somebody else, we still have to use words and analogies, as you said, in order to transfer that experience and share it, because obviously we love to share whatever that experience is. But you're absolutely right that I think everybody has their own personal experience of it, and even two experiences might not be similar, or as even if it is similar in the sharing, it does not appear to be similar. So it's something to be felt versus just explained to someone and taught. But I think that in your 16th Way book, the Healing Emotional Pain by Raising Your Consciousness, you attempt to give a pathway of that and how to create that. And then, as you say, that when we are more conscious beings, we're more responsible for how we come across and how we deal with other human beings and the being in our surrounding. And overall, that's what makes the world a better world for all of us to live.
And of course, I think you know as well as I that the separateness is an illusion, but it's a pretty persistent one.
Yeah, very much, yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Hayes, Virgil, for being in my show. Thank you. I know that we met actually at the Ericksonian Congress last December, and I know that you're constantly working on yourself and working with other clinicians into opening this path of consciousness and the clients for that. And thank you for joining me. I know that your email is on the screen, so if you guys would love to be able to contact Dr. Hayes, please do so through the email. And you can also see the 16th Way, probably. Where can they find your book? Should they come through you and purchase it, or do they can also find it in Amazon?
Through Amazon, and of course, I actually write nonfiction, actually fiction as well. This particular book is a book about what happens to someone who gets organs, idea that organs contain memories, not just the brain. What happens if a superpowered villain, organs go to a kind of ordinary person?
That's cool. So we should be waiting for your second book. Now, I've noticed both of them are purple. How come?
That color just kind of resonates with me for some
Okay.
reason.
All
Even
right.
though people say they see blue around me, for whatever reason, purple appeals. But there have been people who tell me they see blue around me.
Oh, okay. So the aura of the blue is around you, but you're fascinated with the purple. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming, and hopefully you'll join me again when your fiction book is ready, and we can definitely discuss that.
Excellent. You take care now.
Thank you. And thank all of you for being with us for another week. And until next week, have a wonderful, wonderful day and create a wonderful world. Bye-bye.